And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, marketing, technology, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and we're going to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Don't forget our number. Bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. You can find a lot of information at consumerqb.com. And you can also submit a form. There's an email form that comes directly through to us. Check out platinummvprealty.com as well for any of your real estate needs. We're looking for inventory right now. It's a low inventory market. And check out all of our 80-plus show partners at consumerqb.com. You can see all their contact information right there. You got testimonials, past episodes as well. And you can watch our live stream television show version compliments of WeBeam TV, 10 a.m. daily on WeBeam TV as well. So it's Intelligent Talk Radio. We're going to help you win. Let's go around the horn, make our introductions. Leo Cannyn back in studio, Beryl Engineering. Welcome in, sir.
Yeah, I feel like I've been frozen here for about a week and not able to leave with all the frost out there.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
nice and cold. Our church opened up it was interesting to find there's only 5 shelters in all of Hillsborough County, according to our pastor, and we opened up one and volunteered from like 10 a.m. to 1 or 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. You know, they're running shifts. Had like 80 people in there just getting out of the cold, man.
Yeah, I can't believe the amount of power outages we had today. I'll talk a little bit about that in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I got a text alert to my phone, something like, what was it, 4,500 homes? Mm-hmm. Something like that in Pinellas, maybe?
Yeah, definitely the 1,700 in Tampa alone.
Pretty crazy. All right, more from Leo in the show here. We got Chuck Peterson back in studio as well. He's the Executive Director with Suncoast Roofing. Welcome back in.
Yeah, glad to be back in sunny Florida.
Yes, sir.
At least the sun's out, right?
Yeah, hey, it's not so bad when the sun's out.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not working on the roof, right, in that 20-mile-an-hour wind and 35-mile temperature.
Gets the whipping.
A little chilly for the guys.
Yeah, man. We only have a few days like this a year.
You make them appreciate that 110 degrees when it's hot outside, right?
Yeah, they like that. Teo Leonard also in the house. He's the web design ninja of Tampa Bay. Welcome in, sir.
Good day. Thanks for having me. And I'm kind of laughing because I think this is the first time in the last couple of years where I come in and everyone's got parkas on the back of their chairs.
Ooh, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah,
where's those heated seats? What's up with that?
I
thought that was like the VIP treatment coming in today.
Those are in my SUV on the outside.
Yeah.
So we'll have some fun. We're going to talk about today, we got the top 10 car movies as voted by ranker.com. We're going to see where our expert contributors can guess those stories. We have an interesting story in our Feel Good Story of the Week, our Tell Me Something Good segment as well. North and South Korea will march together under one flag at the Winter Olympics. Very interesting. So, and we got some updates on our weather. We're experiencing one of the coldest winters in 30 years, according to AccuWeather.com. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and more from our expert contributors in studio here. We also have a special coming up from Chuck Peterson. They got a nice active military veteran retirees special going on for veterans. Roofs for Troops, $250 rebate on some of that as well. And you know what? We'll match that. Platinum MVP Realty will match that as well. So if you have a property out there that needs a roof, we want you reaching out to Suncoast. All right, so we got a couple of hot property listings here. As you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. And I just listed a nice opportunity in Safety Harbor. This is 5 Mar Bay Lane in Safety Harbor. 3-bedroom, 2-bath property. $389,000. Now, this is on a double lot, so this is attention builders, attention developers. You got an extra lot next door to this property that you can use as a rental and then build a nice income-generating property or sell the asset. And if you're up above the second floor, you got views of Upper Tampa Bay at 5 Mar Bay Lane in Safety Harbor, as well as a beautiful property in Apollo Beach as well. We've got 6508 Bimini Court, Apollo Beach, 3-bedroom, 3-bath property, $690,000. over 5,600 square feet total, and it's a great opportunity. Fisherman's Paradise here, straight shot out into the bay, and it's a great buying opportunity. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. You can do a search there. You can see all of our active listings, and you can also do a home valuation at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. A couple of beautiful properties here in Tampa Bay. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it then, Leo. So Leo's in the house. We got Leo back in studio and actually had a call yesterday with one of our clients needing some structural, talk about structural, and the bank wouldn't want to help him out. That was his backstory, the gentleman we spoke to yesterday. But I imagine you see that quite often out there.
Yeah, we see, and thank you very much for that referral. It was just on the spot. You called me up. I thought it was about today's show, and it was about a referral, even better. So, we get that a lot where you need last-minute inspections done. We had another client this week, a hole kind of opened up in their floor, kind of freaked them out. Turned out to be a plumbing pipe break, which those typically are. But, when you need a structural inspection, you need a structural inspection, or you can't sleep at night.
Yeah, absolutely. So he was worried about, his house and the positioning and whether he should do a short sale or not. And, the bank wasn't working with him and he's, started missing payments. So there's a scenario there where it gets into a point where you decide, hey, this is a business decision. It's no longer my home. It's no longer where, I raised my daughter at. This is an actual business decision at some point.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. 2008, 2009, I had some friends that they're like, what should I do? And I'm like, and I hate to say this on the air, but I told them, just stop making your payments. I mean, it's a business decision.
You have to.
If you don't make your payments for 3 or 4 years, you save the money and then you can buy something new. And that's what they did because they lost their jobs. They're going through divorces.
Yep.
They're upside down by $200,000. At that point, it's just you're paying charity to the bank at that point if you're paying money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You start thinking about survival mode when you get in that point with a foreclosure or short sale, loan modification. A lot of times there's a bankruptcy lumped into that whole mix, but you start thinking about, okay, here's the cash that I have. Worst case scenario, if I have to go out and rent first and last months. And we always talk about what a tough rental market it is right now for renters, for tenants. And it's a great landlord's market, which leads to the investors that are looking to buy real estate properties and rent them out. But so it's an interesting conversation when you get into that. Where's the ethical line? Where are we at? And then you think about the people who put these laws together. You think about the congressmen and women that are representing the United States with a 10% approval rating and some of the strategies that you have to take as a homeowner. And just today trending on Facebook, I saw Wells Fargo overcharged clients. So if you have a Wells Fargo account, it was a number one trending. You wouldn't believe it, would you, Chuck?
Come on. Not Wells Fargo.
Yeah, they said check your bank account because there was some error. It was double charging, double dipping, whatever it might have been.
It was my buddy in Braden. They took his check and ran it 2 times. Every check he wrote for the last week got charged twice.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Everyone. So he was upside down in his account. He's calling, trying to figure out what's going on. They're like, yeah, I'm sorry, it was system wide. We're fixing it and all that. We know what it is and all, but every check double charged.
Yeah. And just think of the repercussions of that.
Could you imagine?
Check bounced and somebody may have lost their power. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Things happen. So that's why we talk about supporting our local companies. We've got 80 partners here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, expert contributors, contribute to the local economy, work with local lenders. We've got great lenders associated with the show. Jason Brooks, E-Mortgage Management, the Del Bro team, Mario Larea and his wife, Rebecca Larea here. They have a great team over at MI Mutual Mortgage here in Tampa Bay as well. So support the local economy. Don't go to the big banks on the corner, the guys that took the bailout money. They go and buy all the best real estate. They don't work with you on a lot of your loan modification scenarios or even short sales in some cases, in general. But also, Leo, back to you, Beryl Engineering. We're talking about as well something new that you added was roller coaster inspections. You're helping out with roller coaster inspections now.
Yeah, we're starting off small, go-karts, zip lines, rope climbs, water slides. We're trying to get into roller coasters, taking the courseworks right now to get into the bigger rides, the superstructures they call them. But it's amazing what goes into roller coasters as far as their design. Good friends with the people that designed the Cobra's Curse over at Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
That was a fun design. I'm like, why'd you design a boring roller coaster? Is my joke with him.
Yeah.
Did I just say that on the air? But
you did.
I did. But it's amazing.
Invited to the Super Bowl party.
Right.
It's amazing how much safety features go into a roller coaster. The brakes to keep the cars apart from each other. There have been incidents, and they're few and far between, thankfully. But there was an incident back in the 70s where a safety. You don't think about it, but when you're getting into a car and the car behind you, full of people, is coming, it stops. And there was an incident in the 70s where that stop didn't happen and someone was ejected from a ride and then it rolled over them. And then there's other things to think about, too. When you're on the SheiKra and you're dangling right before the drop, all the safety mechanisms, the magnets, the bearings, that's inspected on a regular basis. That's inspected on a local park level, a state level, third-party inspection. There's so many inspections going on there because safety is first and foremost in this industry.
Yeah, and I'm looking at an article here that our producers put together for us. So it says, still deaths do happen. Between 1994 and 2004, 22 people were killed on roller coasters in the United States because of rider or operator error or mechanical failure. An additional 18 died from pre-existing medical conditions. So, when you think about that, if you got
the signs, if you're pregnant or a bad back or stroke,
you have a bad heart, let's jump on that thing and go.
Those odds are pretty good. I mean, that's one in 750 million if you think about the amount of rides out there, and that's probably safer than driving, safer than flying is going on these thrill rides.
Yeah, you're what you're signing up for. I remember in my business law classes, I was thinking about being an attorney at one point, and I took business law. And same thing as you go to a baseball park. If you get hit by a baseball, you assume that risk.
Yeah.
You walked in. Hey, you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to keep your eyes up. You got to be competent and not too drunk, I guess, if you're drinking some cold beers.
Man, that's
sometimes just
terrible idea.
Yeah, sometimes just not having you have the hot dog in one hand, the Coke in the other, or the beer in the other, and the ball's coming at you. What do?
Yeah, you hold on to the beer for sure, right?
Yeah, don't drop that.
Drop the dog.
That's alcohol abuse, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so and then there's also that guy that you ever see the Sports Center. I love HBO, like that, not Sports Center, but the Real Sports, Brian Gumbel. They did the documentary on this guy. He goes around to all the parks, and he kind of got a bad rap because it showed him a couple times like bullying kids out of the way, getting the ball. He says he goes to all these games. I forget, and it showed his apartment. He has literally like 55-gallon drums of baseballs just from all the ones he's collected over the years. It was a pretty cool story.
Are they autographed?
Some of them were, and he had it's just like it's his passion, his profession, and he did some kind of a blog about it.
I don't know how you get a profession out of that, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah.
I think if you get beamed in the head and got a concussion from a baseball, at least they can do is sign it.
Yeah,
he pissed a lot of people off too. I know there's a lot of people that got really upset with him.
Huh?
Because he's like elbowing kids out.
Oh yeah, he tosses them. I saw that.
Did you see that one?
He kicks them out of the way. I mean, he's 5 times the size of this little kid, and I'm like, the better deal is let the kid have it.
Yeah,
and I think he
or at least
studied
buy him a hot dog or something, right?
Yeah. And I think he studied the roster too, so he knew where their tendencies were. He's going to hit. If he hits it out, it's going to go over this left field this time, or so he kind of moves around back there. But
that seems like somebody with way too much time on their hands.
Yeah,
all I got to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to take him on in a fantasy field.
No.
Yeah.
Well, stay with us when we come back. More from our expert contributors: Leo Cannyn in the house, Chuck Peterson, Teo Leonard, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to help you win. We're going to talk more about the weather coming up as well. You got Florida coldest winter in 30 years. We're going to talk about some of the high lows. We got our top 10 car movies as voted by Ranker.com, and our interesting feel-good story of the week here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So stay with us. Do not touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at ConsumerQB.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. We would love to talk to you as well. We've got several families looking to buy, but we cannot find inventory for some of the families that we're looking for. And, we would love to give you a free comparable market analysis. If you call or text into our hotline, we'll give you a free comparable market analysis. Basically the same thing. You pay $500 for appraisal. We're going to give it to you for free. Compliments of PlatinumMVPRealty.com. So give us a call at 813-670-7372. 670-7372, and we'll hook you up with a comparable market analysis here. And also for renters out there, we do a rent versus own analysis. It'll help you understand a little bit more about the amount of monies that you're paying toward your landlord's mortgage and paying down that debt for him versus what you could be building up in your own equity. So, we have a rent versus own analysis if you're interested in that as well. ConsumerQB.com, ConsumerQB.com. Just submit the form. There's an email form that comes directly through to our team, and we'll make sure we take care of you. All right. And this segment is brought to you by Signature Massage and Facial Spa in Tampa. Are you looking for a place to get a massage or a facial at an affordable price, but without having to sign up for a membership? Look no further. At Signature Massage and Facial Spa, they offer a 1-hour sweetest massage for $49.95, always, no contracts. And for those muscles and knots that need extra work, ask about getting a deep tissue or sports massage. And if skincare is what you're looking for, they have amazing facial and microderm packages. Check out Signature Massage and Facial Spa, 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, or call 813-925-8898, 925-8898 to schedule an appointment. Now, make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you, and you're going to get 10% off of your first service over at Signature Massage in Tampa. All right, Chuck Peterson in the house. He's the Executive Director of Suncoast Roofing, and Suncoast Roofing, GAF certified, Master Elite certified. You got the long-time warranties there, 40, 50-year warranties.
Yep.
And doing a great job across the state. I mean, almost nationwide, or almost statewide now.
Yeah, we just opened, like we was talking about, opening an office in Bonita Springs. So we got 5 offices across the state now. So,
nice.
But back to Leo for a minute. So if you need a roof inspection or structural damage, Leo does that because we have him doing inspections for us.
Nice.
So,
good. Love that.
Yeah. So if you're just have to have your roof looked at, and it's not just the shingles, it's the structure itself, make sure you call Leo.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, we help them out with permits all the time.
Yeah. So they got a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah, especially, with what we saw, with some of the sinkhole issues back last year, and some of the catastrophic loss that people were experiencing, the structural side of things, it just really scares people away. And then, something, for example, I've even got one of my properties that's a sinkhole repaired home. Right. So then typically you'll hear them say that it's better than a property that's never been struck by it because it already has all these piers in the ground.
I agree with that. And I don't know how many times, tying back to roofing, that I've seen a house that actually the damage is all caused by bad roofing and they think it's structural, but it's actually just water getting in there.
It's cutting in and it just rottens everything out.
And it could have been, bad workmanship. They just didn't use the right materials.
Yeah, or it could have just got old and they just did zero maintenance, which is clearly an issue for 80% of the people who own a house is they don't touch the roof until it's leaking in their house.
What can you do to maintain?
I mean, you can have somebody come out. I mean, we have maintenance programs, where you come out there, we look at them once a quarter or once every 6 months, depending on that. We do more on the commercial side than the residential side, but especially if your roof's past 5 years old, because the sealants that they have on there around the vents, your plumbing boots and those kind of things, they're eventually in this heat and cold going to crack, and it's going to let water seep in, and over time it deteriorates the wood, leaks into your house and the whole thing. But most people, they never touch that roof until they got a spot in the ceiling or the drywall just fell in on a big rain. So, it'd be good for them, good for the homeowner if they, called and had them inspected, had a maintenance done on them, those type of things.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up, because these extremes that we're seeing, and we'll talk about some of the weather here too. So the Florida temperature records. So we're setting records. So in the summer we're setting a record. In the winter we're setting a record. So then you got the extreme polarization there. So the hottest temperature ever recorded, 109 degrees, Monticello, northwestern Florida. That was back in 1931.
Ooh. And
then the coldest temperature ever recorded, -2 degrees Fahrenheit in Tallahassee.
Wow, really?
Northwest Florida. That was 1899. And then the hottest location ranked by highest annual temperature, that's Key West, southern Florida.
Yeah.
So the good old Keys down in Key West. So 77.8 degrees.
Yeah, it was 67 down there this morning, just so you know.
67? Yeah. Coldest location ranked by lowest average annual temperature, that's Niceville, northwestern Florida, 66 degrees. 66 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmest state. You have a guess on the warmest state?
You'd think it'd be Florida, but evidently it's not. Probably
one more.
Texas.
It's Hawaii.
Hawaii. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Florida's the
Kinda
second
forget about
hottest
that.
state. Yep. So so you look at the extremes. So it's going to affect your roof. It's going to have all those materials are going to get stretched.
Expands,
and
it heats and cools, and the wood contracts, heats and cools. The shingles or anything that you have on your roof does. It moves. The nails move, the caulking, the sealant, everything that gets put on a roof moves, and the heat, and not just the heat down here, but also if you're on either coast, you have the salt water.
Right.
And so that salt deteriorates, a lot of the pieces of the puzzle to a degree that it can impact your house.
How far does that effect happen? Do you have an idea of how far that affects?
Well, the metal roofing guys won't give a warranty within 1,500 feet of the water unless it's aluminum. And I will say this: the Gulf Coast the salt content is considerably less than the Atlantic side. The Atlantic side is actually a half a mile inland from the coast.
Yeah.
For those kind of warranties, but the salt is in that air. Even if you're inland a half a mile, the warranties require you to freshwater rinse your house every 6 months.
Wow.
That's like out of the hose, not the rain, because that rain still has that salt content in it. So salt plays a big factor in a lot of roofing applications.
Yeah, it's interesting. And this story here, AccuWeather.com, talks about Florida's coldest winter in 30 years. So it's interesting when you look at that, the way that it's shaking out, facing the cold weather, down here in Florida. They were talking about a snow day in Florida. Give some kids some days off.
That'd be more than kids having days off if it snowed in Florida.
Northern Florida's got hit.
Nobody would be at work if it snowed in Florida.
So, Chuck, with the homeowners out there, that might need to, maybe they're doing a construction deal.
Yep.
Maybe they might want to look at, getting an inspection just to kind of look at, what you're offering out there. Suncoast, you've got some distinct advantages over your competition.
Yeah, we're the GAF Master Elite Contractor, like we talked about, which puts us in the top 2% of the installers in the state of Florida. By being Master Elite, we can offer that warranty we talk about a lot. It's a 50-year warranty for your shingles, and that's the first 25 years is non-prorated labor and materials. So if we put it on wrong, or if the shingles are defective in any type of manner, GAF stands behind that warranty, and they're the largest shingle manufacturer in the world, and they're U.S. based. Our actual shingles in Florida come out of a plant outside of Tampa, so we're locally made kind of thing. But it's the best warranty out there, and we have a outstanding installer crews that work for us, and we've had they inspect our work. GAF does to make sure we meet those standards, and we've had that designation for several years.
Yeah, that's awesome. It gives you that peace of mind as a homeowner. You understand the quality company you're working with, and we've talked about in the past shows, contractors go out of business sometimes, and you're stuck with a warranty that's useless.
Right.
But this GAF Master Elite Certified is a much stronger.
It's backed by GAF. It's transferable one time for your guys that sell their house 10 years down the road. It goes with the house.
Very good.
GAF's also the one that's doing the roof for troops. that we talked about.
Yeah, we'll promote that when we come back as well. And we have also an interesting story. North and South Korea will march together under one flag at the Winter Olympics. So stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also coming up, our top 10 car movies of all time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to ConsumerQB.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty, giving a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza in Tampa. You will discover an Italian menu, signature drinks, and a cozy atmosphere, bringing the pleasures of a Tuscan country villa to Tampa. We invite you to make your reservation today to try our Italian menu. Enjoy the best Italian restaurant dining experience. Brio Tuscan Grill, located off of Bay Street next to the Renaissance Tampa Hotel. International Plaza, our official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And back here in studio, we're going to helping you win in any marketplace. That is the goal of our show. Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program here, based in Tampa, Florida. We've got Leo Cannyn in studio, Beryl Engineering, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, and Teo Leonard, the web design ninja of Tampa Bay. I want to go back to Chuck and mention this GAF Roofs for Troops $250 rebate. What's this all about, Chuck?
If you put a roof on, a complete roof with GAF anytime, this is for the whole year, and you're active military, retired military, or honorably discharged military. Anybody that has a DD-214 form from the military of any type qualifies. And when we're done with the roof, we file that on their behalf, and GAF sends them a check. It goes straight to them.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Really
good,
nice,
man.
really nice thing.
We need more stuff for our troops. With Platinum MVP Realty, we'll offer a quarter to a half a point rebate back to your closing costs if you buy or sell with us at Platinum MVP Realty. And I know a lot of our mortgage partners will do special offerings for the veterans. What about Teo? Do you have something with the web design?
Yeah, absolutely. We offer a discount. It slides depending on the size of the project.
Yep.
But we do a lot of military businesses where they come out of the military, then they want to open up a business, and we'll take care of their website and cut them a really good deal.
Nice.
You know me. It's all about the American flag, and those who serve it holds a special place in our heart for it. So
yeah, it really does, man. It's such a key component. You look at, my dad was an MP in the military, and he died when I was really young. My biological dad was raised by my stepdad, adopted me, and you look at that, the ability to give up and serve for your country, and then unfortunately I think we're getting better though. Maybe with the VA, from what I hear, it seems like it's getting better.
It's tough. It's it's funny. My grandfather was in World War II, and I have his journals. And here's a guy that went in 1941 as a private.
Wow. And
came out as a colonel.
Wow.
In 1945. 4 years, goes from a private to a colonel.
That's moving.
Three Purple Hearts, got shot up 3 times. He gets shot up and gets repaired, and he's back in fighting. And then comes out, and I think my mother went to 14 kindergartens her first year.
That's amazing.
You look at the sacrifice that all these men and women have made for our freedoms. The least we can do is give back a bit. It's a minor inconvenience here or there. Come on. The challenges that these guys have gone through to fight and take care of our freedoms, they need to be rewarded. I don't care if they went overseas or not. If they serve, they should be rewarded.
The ultimate sacrifice. That's right.
Yeah.
So Web Design Ninja here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Teo Leonard. So right now is a great time for people to take a look at their current website, and it's always a good time, every year, every so often you want to update your brand, update your image. What are you seeing out there?
I was going to talk about something else today, but I had a call from a potential customer who they called us about a year ago, and we were too expensive, so they went with somebody else. And then they got the letter, and it turns out that, they hired a guy in India to build the website for, half the amount of money, except for the fact that now they're got to pay $8,000 in fines.
Oh, images
and content. They the guys in India, it turns out it was a landscaping company, and they got suckered into this deal, it's only $120 a month or $119 a month or whatever.
Wow.
And of course they don't own the site, so but they're responsible. And I did a quick Google, and there were over 200 other landscaping websites using the same images and the same content.
Damn.
So all they did was go through and change the name and, put in Tampa or put in, Land O'Lakes and, throughout the site.
Damn.
And
come on, man.
And now they're getting sued for stolen images. And that's a big problem. We run into that. It's a conversation we have almost every single day. They just go to Google and they grab a picture.
Yeah.
And we now, I'm super excited. Our newest employee is also a photographer, and she's a professional photographer, part-time. And so now what we're going to do is, as part of our package, we're going to send out a professional photographer and take your pictures of your facility, your headshots, your office staff, etc. And we're just going to build that into the site. It's gotten too stressful with having customers grab stolen images.
Yes.
And they don't realize it. And they argue, well, it's on Google. It was on Facebook. Well, somebody owns that technology, that license, that creative content.
And then you got to be careful too, because there's attorneys out there will troll the internet and they'll go after that type of stuff.
Getty Images, and they bought iStock Photo. We won't buy any images from them because they're so draconian on their license. We've had issues where we purchase the picture, and then they come back and they argue that the customer doesn't have the right. unless you
because
all
your
their stuff.
customer,
But
not you.
every website we do, we supply a certain amount of image credits built into our price. And as we're talking about risk and liability and everything else today, I thought it was appropriate to talk about making sure you don't steal content. And by the way, Google has ways to determine that you took content from somebody else's website and modified it a little bit to not actually plagiarize. But you're better off researching 5 or 6 of your competitors, jotting down some bullet points, and going out on the patio, grab yourself a cocktail and a cigar or whatever, and you got beautiful voice to text now, and create your bullet points and just talk your content into the phone and have it convert. It's super easy to do. Another hint for people looking for content: have a notepad at the front desk. Customers call in, they ask you questions. I guarantee within 1 week you will have more than enough content ideas for
frequently asked
the website.
questions.
The frequently asked questions, or you're going to look and go, wow, okay, we had 32 people this week ask the same thing. That means we need to accentuate that on the website regarding the products or services or our skills that we're going to promote. And that's how you do it. It's not hard, and it's super simple. And it makes for a beautiful website.
That's right. And you brought up a good point. By the way, if you just joined us, we're talking with Teo Leonard, the web design ninja of Tampa Bay, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. But we have, I've written a couple books, and the voice text, the technology that we have now just really makes it simple, because I would come up with some ideas. I'd be sitting at the beach outside of the Hotel Zamora on St. Pete Beach, and I'm like, I'm like, it's supposed to be my day off, but I'm just always thinking, I'm always, looking for the next idea, right? So I voice text it, send it to my ghostwriter. She would put it together. So similarly, you're saying, put these voice texts in a bullet point, come up with some frequently asked questions. How can we, and you want to take that consultative approach to your clients. So you're doing the same thing. So you're thinking that as a business owner, what is my client thinking? How can I, look for what they're going to say or what they're going to ask, and the word's escaping me there, but yeah, so you want to have that ready to go.
And I laugh. You're able to do voice to text. I laugh. I wrote my first book on the internet in the summer and fall of '93, and I'll never forget. I had those yellow legal pads, and I'd come up with ideas, and then go into my conference room and tape them all the way around the room, and then create my whole flow chart and outline for how that all worked. But simply keep a record of the questions that people ask you, or the information that you're always giving your customers. Create the little 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put the 5th one through diagonal for your counts, and figure out what are the questions that people are asking the most. Also look at it from the standpoint of looking at your product set. What are the ones that make me the most money, or what are the items or services that I have that lead into making me the most money? I mean, we do a ton of website repair. Most of those are $75 to $150. Why do we promote that? Because we end up creating a very happy customer.
That's right.
It was only $75, but they tell 4 or 5 other people that then turn into very lucrative customers.
Awesome
that
referrals.
Keep the doors open and everything else. And so we're happy to promote that. We don't make any money on it, but in the end we do make money on it. And so you got to think that way and put those items. It's your loss leader, and that's what is able to. That's what you want to promote on your website. You figure out those top 3 things, and you build the website around it.
It's kind of like Pareto principle. 20% of the offering that you have as a business owner is going to lead to about 80% of your income. That breaks down. That's across the board. It's going to break down into a lot of different scenarios. So stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors. We got our Feel Good Story of the Week coming up, and our Tell Me Something Good. And we also have our top 10 car movies as voted by Ranker.com. So stay with us here. When we come back, more from our expert contributors in our final segment, the Consumer Quarterback Show. ConsumerQB.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. And we want to help you sell your property. We feature our listings live on air on our daily radio and TV show, maximizing your exposure, in addition to all of the basic and traditional marketing that most other average real estate companies will employ. We're daily 5 o'clock drive time here on 1380 The Biz, the Wall Street Business Network, syndicated on the weekends, FM 102.5 The Bone as well, Sunday morning. And we have our daily TV show as well on WeBeam TV. And got a hot listing here over in East County. This is in Riverview. This is 6601 Crikel Avenue, Riverview. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, Bloomingdale area. $349,000, over 3,300 square feet. And it's a beautiful fenced-in home. And you got a lot of upgrades, a lot of options here. Brick home, sturdy, and a nice fenced-in yard for the kids to play. There's actually a tree house in the back, and it's also got a nice shed out back as well. It's like a 3-car garage, basically. He was the homeowner was a motorhead, so to speak, and he had all these different cars. So pull your car in there if you're that type of guy. You got a great property on Crikel Avenue in Riverview, and a beautiful new Tampa property here in Arbor Green. This is in a gated community, 10217 Timberland Point Drive, Arbor Green. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, and you've got a lot of options here as far as entertaining the kids with the resort-style heated pools, playgrounds, boardwalk to the middle school, tennis courts, and much more at Timberland Point Drive in Tampa. $329,000, just reduced, and a great buying opportunity. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. You can do a real estate search there. You can do a comparable market analysis as well on your property and sign up for alerts to keep your eye on the inventory. Back here in studio, we've got Leo Cannyn, Beryl Engineering, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, Teo Leonard, the web design ninja of Tampa Bay. And let's go ahead and have a little fun here. Let's test our movie knowledge, okay? So we've got top 10 car movies now, as voted by Ranker.com.
Now is this of all time? Do we want to go of all time, or
I
what's
think
just
so.
top 10?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I'm seeing some old school here.
Good.
I'm seeing some new school. And let's start. We always start over here on the left-hand side. So go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the whole top 10 list is going to be 2 franchises and a Tom Cruise movie, but I'll go with the Fast and the Furious franchise.
5 of them.
There you go.
That's probably 1 or 2.
So
but...
Fast and Furious is number 1.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster.
But is it like only Fast and Furious franchise has got to have 5 movies in there, right?
Well, yeah. They might be on it. There might be another one on here. I can't say, Chuck. I can't say, but so Chuck, you're up. Give me one.
So I'm going Fast and Furious 2, 3, or 4.
All right, well, you got number 2 then. You got number 9 on the list is Too Fast and Too Furious.
Yeah.
Ava Mendez, Paul Walker, Ludacris.
Yep.
Didn't that Paul Walker guy die too?
He did.
Right after that?
Yeah. During the filming of 7.
Yeah.
Sad story.
Yes, it was terrible.
All right, so here's Teo Leonard, another guest here. Top movies. Car movies.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a classic guy, so Bullet, Thunder Road, War Warrior, Duel.
Bullet. Yeah, Robert Duvall, Steve McQueen, Jacqueline Bisset. Number 6 on the list is Bullet.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's go another round here.
I feel like I can just keep spouting Fast and the Furious and be set, but let's go with the. Let's see. I know Cars was one of the highest grossing franchises.
There you go. So, number 7 on the list. Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Billy Crystal, Sheryl Crow. Cars.
Yeah.
All right, that was animated.
Yes, it was. Very good movie.
Chuck Peterson.
Go for another Fast and the Furious.
I know.
No, I'll tell you, there's no more of those.
Yeah.
Not in the top 10. Not in the top 10.
I can't imagine that's a true statement. But I have no clue, actually.
What are you thinking about Burt Reynolds? Think about Burt Reynolds.
Smokey the Bandit.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds, Smokey the Bandit, number 2.
Yeah,
Teo?
Smokey. I'm going to go Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, there you go. That's number 3.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie, Nicolas Cage, Robert Duvall.
Yep.
All right, we got a Mel Gibson in here. We got a Charlize Theron.
Oh, Mad Max.
Go ahead and open it up. Yeah,
the
so
Mad Max
is there.
the Road Warrior is going to be on there.
The Road Warrior. That one's not on the list.
That's the Mad Max.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah.
The group.
There's another one with Mark Wahlberg. Charlize Theron, Kelly Brook, The Italian Job.
Oh, that was with all
a car
with the Mini Coopers
Yeah, the Mini
in it.
Coopers
He was kind of stealing the cars and stuff.
I wouldn't really call that a car movie either. But,
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
How about a Harrison Ford, Ron Howard, and Suzanne Summers for you? American Graffiti.
Oh, yeah.
American Graffiti.
That's not a car movie either, man.
Is Days of Thunder even on that list?
Oh, Days of Thunder. That should be on here. But it's not. Mm-mm.
How about Duel?
Number 10, rounding it out, is Rush. Duel.
Yeah, Rush. Rush was on my list. I wrote Rush down.
So it's voted by Ranker.com. So whoever voted,
it wasn't it wasn't a grossing thing then. So,
probably not money wise, but I'm surprised that one wasn't on there though.
Yeah,
that was a popular show, a real good movie. All right, so then we're having a little fun with our top 10, and let's do our feel good story of the week. We're going to tell you something positive here.
Tell me something good.
North and South Korea will march together under one flag at the Winter Olympics. North and South Korea are set up to put aside their differences and march together in the Winter Olympics opening ceremony under a united flag. The South reported on Wednesday in a diplomatic breakthrough. The nations have also agreed to form a joint North and South Korea women's ice hockey team for the Olympic Games as well, and the delegations from the two Koreas will march under one united flag, a blue silhouette of a peninsula placed on a white background. This will be the first Olympics that North Korea will be participating in that's being hosted on South Korea soil. South Korean President Moon Jae-in earlier called the teams a historic event that will move people around the world. So there's our feel-good story of the week, and it's pretty good, pretty positive there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nothing but good there.
Good stuff. Coming up, Winter Olympics coming up, I guess. All right, let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round. I am so good at lightning round.
All right, here we go. Top tips,
lightning round.
nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Leo, you're up.
I'll get this information over so you can post it as a blog, but we're hiring 2 positions. I'm looking for a CAD technician with experience in AutoCAD. I'm also looking for an administrative assistant to help out on the phones. The AutoCAD tech would work out of our Ruskin office, and the administrative assistant would work out of our Clearwater office. So I'll get that information over for your blog. We are actively hiring 2 positions.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll get that put up. We'll get that over to Anthony, have him put that up on the blog at consumerqb.com. All right, Chuck Peterson.
All right, same tip we usually give, right? If you're going to hire somebody to work on your house, make sure to do some homework.
Yeah.
Check them out. Make sure they're actually licensed. Make sure they're actually from Florida.
Yeah.
Check out their credentials, make sure they are who they are, and that you can get back to them once you give them that deposit check and they walk out the door.
How do you do that? How do you recommend?
You can go you can go online and check out anybody. You can go to the, sunbiz.com to check out the name of the company. You can go to the licensing board in Tallahassee, their website, to find out if anybody's in good standing.
Professional regulation.
Yeah, you can go to the counties and check out anybody's. All of us have to be licensed in the counties we work in.
Okay.
So you can do those kind of things. Plus, if you go to the websites in Tallahassee, it will tell you if there's complaints against the companies, that have been filed through the state because of all the bad things you hear about.
Yeah, exactly.
So you should do that, because in the roofing world, as you can imagine, we get a pretty bad name because there's a lot of guys who come in, take money, and go down the road and never be seen.
Yep, and prepare for hurricane season now. Now's the time to prepare, double and check your roof out before it's too late.
2 big ones in 2 years, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we have a nice little lull here for the next 4 or 5 years. Teo Leonard.
My advice is going to be, if you have a website, make sure that you have either purchased the license for every image on that website. If you took the pictures yourself, and you have customers or other people in those images, make sure you have a signed model release so that you have permission to use those people on your website. Just make a copy of it, throw it in a PDF file, throw it in on the server. That's something that we do by default. And just protect yourself. just going to Facebook and grabbing an image, you're going to get popped. And, we've all seen them.
Do you get a warning first, or is it just straight up fine?
It really depends. If it's an image controlled by Getty, you're just getting sued. Yeah, their whole business model is sue first, and there is no forgiveness. I mean, even if you pull it down right away and say that, you're still going to stroke a check.
Yeah.
The better thing is just make sure that it's legit.
Yeah.
And you actually have the rights to use the image.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest mistake that we see, and we don't talk about it enough. So
yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good advice right there. And, talk about, as well, this time of year, it's a great time to take a look at upgrading your image. A lot of the realtors, or even, any industry really, is using the glamour shots from the 90s. Get rid of those, update your image, get a professional shot, and update your photography on your website, update your messaging as well. Go through your LinkedIn profiles, your Facebook, all your different sites, and just update it. Make sure it's professionally written as well, and add some key points there. So great show today. I want to thank Leo Cannyn, Chuck Peterson, Teo Leonard for coming in. Thanks to all of our expert contributors, our team behind the scenes putting it together, and we really appreciate you listening and viewing our TV show on WeBeam TV as well. And consider going out there and committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as packing up some leftover food, some clothing you may have, donating it to a local food bank, or carrying it with you in your commute to work, and you'll see the folks on the side of the road, hand it to them. Be a force for good, and do something kind for one another. Go out there and maybe buy a lunch for a serviceman or woman, buy them the lunch, or be kind to one another. Go out there and drive safely as well on the roads. Check us out on Facebook.com, Brandon Rhymes PA, Instagram at Brandon Rhymes 1, Twitter at Brandon Rhymes 1, and we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program. Check us out at consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.